Imagine looking up at the sky one day and realizing the sun, our life-giving star, is changing. Not just slightly, drastically. Its color is shifting, its brightness flickering, and its warmth fading. It's not tomorrow. It's not even in a million years. But the clock is ticking. We live under the illusion that the sun is eternal. It rises, it sets, and it does it again, day after day. But like every living thing, like every star, it has a life cycle, and one day it will die. What happens then? What becomes of Earth, of the planets, of the solar system itself? Let's explore the slow, dramatic death of our sun and the cosmic future it leaves behind. Our sun is about 4.6 billion years old. And believe it or not, it's middle-aged. In human terms, it's just hit that point where it starts asking itself the big questions. It's burning hydrogen in its core, fusing atoms together and releasing the energy that lights and warms our world. But here's the catch, that fuel isn't unlimited. Hydrogen fusion is the sun's engine, and it's already burned through nearly half its supply. Once the hydrogen runs low, gravity and pressure start to play a new game, a darker one. And that's when the changes begin. In about 5 billion years, the sun will exhaust the hydrogen at its core. The fusion that's been pushing outward against gravity will weaken. And gravity? It always wins when left unchecked. The core will collapse under its own weight, but something dramatic happens when it does. The outer layers of the sun will balloon outward. It becomes a red giant. Now imagine this. The sun grows so enormous that it swallows Mercury, then Venus, and possibly even Earth. Our home, gone, not in a flash, but in a slow, fiery engulfment. But before you panic, remember, this won't happen for billions of years. Still, thinking about the end can be strangely beautiful, like watching autumn leaves fall, knowing winter is coming. And during this red giant phase, the sun will look terrifyingly majestic, an enormous bloated orb stretching across our skies. As the red giant grows, something strange begins inside. The core gets hot enough to start fusing helium into heavier elements like carbon and oxygen. But that fuel doesn't last long either. Eventually, fusion will stop altogether. And without that outward force, the outer layers of the sun are no longer held back. They drift away into space, forming something ethereal, a planetary nebula. Now, this name is misleading. It has nothing to do with planets. Instead, it's a glowing shell of ionized gas, lit up by the last bit of energy from the sun's core, like the final breath of a star, cast off into the void. For a few thousand years, the nebula shines in haunting beauty, but it fades, and at the center, what remains? A white dwarf. It's small, roughly Earth-sized, but packs about half the sun's mass into that space. That's like squeezing an elephant into a backpack. It no longer shines from fusion, but glows faintly from leftover heat. It's dense, it's quiet, it doesn't evolve, it just sits there, cooling slowly over trillions of years. Trillions. And one day, after more time than the age of the universe, it will become a black dwarf. Cold, dark, invisible. The sun, gone. Except not completely. Its atoms will still be there, scattered, floating, becoming part of something else. So what happens to the rest of our solar system? Mars might survive. So could the gas giants, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. But without the sun's heat, they become icy worlds adrift. Moons like Europa or Titan, once thought to possibly harbor life, will freeze over. Solar winds that once pushed against the galaxy will stop. The heliosphere, the invisible bubble around our solar system will shrink and vanish. The solar system will become a ghost town, silent, cold, ancient, and yet gravity remains. The planets, now dead rocks and gas balls, will still orbit the white dwarf, a shattered system locked in slow motion. It's a question that burns brighter than the sun itself. Could humanity, or whatever we become, survive the death of our star? Some scientists believe that given enough time and technology, our descendants could migrate to another star system. Maybe we'll harness energy from younger suns, travel through wormholes, or upload consciousness into machines. It sounds like science fiction, but then again, so did spaceflight a century ago. Alternatively, if we linger too long, we'd need to survive a red giant's wrath. That means leaving Earth before it's swallowed, or building habitats far enough from the expanding sun to stay safe. We may even use stellar engineering, think giant mirrors, space-based structures, or even moving Earth itself. Theories exist, but they rely on unimaginable scales of time, energy, and willpower. Though the sun will die, its story won't end in silence. The elements forged inside it, carbon, oxygen, are the building blocks of life. These will drift through space, become part of new nebulae, form new stars, new planets, maybe even new life. In a way, our sun will be reborn, not as itself, but as part of something greater. Every atom in your body was forged in the heart of a star, and someday the atoms that make you might return to the stars again. It's a beautiful, poetic cycle. Life, death, rebirth, on a scale so vast it humbles everything. So tonight, when you look up at the sky, remember this. The sun isn't just a giant ball of gas. It's our origin, our clock, our lifeline. And one day it will bow out with a final fiery encore, painting the cosmos one last time before falling into a quiet, endless sleep. But until that far-off moment, it shines for us, every day. A reminder that even the brightest lights have an end, and that what comes after might be just as wondrous. Thanks for watching. Stay curious.